Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carmen and in today's video I'm actually going to be setting up this V6 Stalogy as my catch-all notes, book notes, vacation travels. Everything that I want to document or at least look back to document is going to be put in here. So if you've seen my videos already, I have fully moved into my personal wide rings. Let me move my coffee out of the way. Into my personal wide rings that I use as my everyday carry. This has my dailies, my weeklies, monthlies. Everything that I need to know is all in here. So I use that as my actual planner. But I do need something that has more of a notebook feel. I do need something that's more of a notebook feel to be able to just throw everything onto the paper. So that is what I'm going to be setting up today. So I have had previous Stalogies in the past where I've been using that as my everyday carry. So it had my monthlies and dailies. I didn't have weeklies at that time just because I had always written out my week all in advance. So right now that had everything in it and it was all tabbed and I loved the look of it, being able to tip in different things and just making it very personalized, but it just wasn't working for me as a planner. It was definitely working for me as a notebook and catch all everything, but I needed something more structured for me for an actual planner to make it feel that I was actually getting things done, which is where that personal wide rings came into play and where I've been loving it since I moved into it. So I did miss again having something. So I had the other Stalogy that I was finishing up, but I don't know, I felt like I needed more of a clean start for it. So that's why I went ahead and ordered a new one, and I printed out a couple things that I already want to put into it and definitely keep track of. So before I go into it, in my other Stalogy, I had used an index and it was working decent until I just stopped writing into it. So instead of doing an actual index for the entire notebook, I'm going to be doing the index as a monthly overview. So what I'm going to do, instead of having an actual month on 2 pages, I'm just going to write out the dates 1 through whatever day the month ends. And then if I need anything that I need to write on it, like I took meeting notes for a team meeting that I had, and there were a couple things I really needed to point out, I'll write that down for whatever day that happened and then go ahead and color code it as I did for my key. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this Lauren Phelps design clear cover on my Stalogy. So I had originally been using a lot of vinyls just to put on the front here, but I saw the best idea from Dakshina and I absolutely loved it. She went ahead and put either a piece of acetate or a piece of foiled paper into the front spot here of her Lauren Phelps design cover, and then she would stick her Stalogy in the back, so it looked as if the cover had, like the actual cover of the Stalogy had all of this on here. So I'll go ahead and show you. And I absolutely loved it because you can definitely change it however many times you want to. And you don't have to worry about using all the vinyls or maybe being stuck with the same vinyls if you decide to change your mind with them, but it was just such a wonderful idea and I absolutely loved it. So let me get this back cover in and then I can show you guys. So look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. So now if I ever feel, so let's say this runs into Christmas and I feel like using a more festive cover for this, I can open it up, switch out the acetate, maybe put a nice vellum, whatever it is, and then there we go. It's like a whole new cover for me. So that's the first step of this. Next step is going to be adding in my color key. So I went ahead and made this and I printed it on sticker paper just so I could actually put it in there. So these are the types of things that I'm going to be throwing into this notebook. So you see I have meeting notes, whether that is team meeting notes, curriculum meeting, anything teacher related, Girl Scout meetings, whatever it is, it's gonna be color coded by that. And all of these color codings are from these 6 Tombow markers. So there was no rhyme or reason. I just didn't want a really dark color going there. The only dark one is this one, and that's my random lists and notes. But they're all represented by a specific Tombow color. So whenever I write it down in the month, I'll definitely either I'm going to put a dot next to it, or I'm just going to highlight it with the Tombow marker. Have not quite decided yet. When that time comes, I will get there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this right here on the front cover, just so I have whenever I need it. So I absolutely love this sticker paper, and I definitely need to get more because I'm running very low. And then on this sticker paper as well, I added these freebie images from Papershire from her Facebook group. I'm trying to get this as straight as possible. So there we go. Now I have my color key straight in the front of my Stalogy. So if I need to, I'll mark anything off that needs to get done. The next thing that I wanted to go ahead and put was a yearly overview. Just helps me to know what days what months have how many days. So this is a freebie from Lights Planner Action Co. I believe it's on her website, but she has a lot of different freebies on there, and I just love this overview because it was very simple and to the point. So I printed this on Tomoe River paper just because I didn't want it to be too thick, and yeah, I didn't want it to actually cause too much when folding the paper. So I'm just gonna put some tape on the back of this and go ahead and put it in. So again, I'm going to try to line this up as straight as I can. So let me tell you, this double-sided tape is seriously durable, or seriously extra strength like it says. So once it goes down, it's not coming up. So I think I'm going to go ahead and add the washi that I had set aside. So I'm going to put this super cute washi from Sweet Bean Plans. I'm just going to put a little on each corner there, just to kind of give it something else, a little bit of color in here. I don't know if it's just me, but I love setting up a new notebook. I don't know why, it just gives me so much joy sitting here and just putting new things in here. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Just gonna do a little bit like that. Perfect. So in this front cover, the other thing that I wanted to add in here was this daily affirmations, digital that I had printed out, and I printed it on vellum. I cannot remember where I got this from. I want to say it was a freebie in a Facebook group. I just cannot remember which one it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip this right here in the front, right in front of my my year at a glance. And yeah, I think that's going to be a good place for it. So let me go ahead and get that tipped in. All right, so I got that tipped in, and this front one is always like the weirdest page to tip anything in. But yeah, so I have my daily affirmations, and then I have my year at a glance here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a kind of just a month at a glance here for August. So this is a freebie from SM Plans in her Facebook group. She always has these every month, and just the art on it is fantastic. I love it. So again, I'm gonna grab my double-sided tape, and I'm just gonna put that there. It's another way for me, oh no, my tape is done. Okay, so I'll use regular tape. It's another way for me to see just the month and make sure that I'm putting everything with the right date, making sure that the month has the right amount of days on there, all that good stuff. So now I need to put that on my to-do list to order some more double-sided tape. So I'm just going to, again, try to make that as straight as possible. And I have that here. So on this side is where I'm going to kind of just map out my month to make sure that if I have anything going on that's going to be written in here, it's going to be represented by the actual thing, whatever. I know you guys know what I'm trying to say. So I believe I'm going to go ahead and put numberings on the bottom. So as the notebook gets filled, I'll go ahead and number. I had numbered it like in my last Stalogy, like 100 pages in advance. I don't know. I just kept forgetting to do it. So we're just going to leave it. And we'll just do it as it goes. Hopefully that'll keep on track. So I'm just going to make a straight line all the way down, just so that I can put the days of the month here, or the number of the month there, and then I can write out a description right next to it and color code if need be. So I'm just gonna go ahead and number out the rest of, or the month, even though we're halfway through now, but whatever, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and number it out. All right, so I went ahead and got that all numbered. I was gonna go ahead and write August up at the top, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of my letter stickers from a Happy Scrappy kit. So let me grab that. Yeah, don't mind my giant binder of sticker galore. So I think, let's see. Let's go, I want to keep one for basically a whole year. So these already have stuff. Okay, so I'm going to use these shiny silver ones. And then I'll just keep that in like the front pocket of the Stalogy, so that way I don't have to worry about finding it again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the August one, obviously. Okay, just going to put that right here. All right, so that is good for here. So the other thing I was gonna add, and ta-da! So I made this dashboard cover here to kind of just cover over everything that's in here for the month. I made this on Canva and I printed it on some vellum. I think, you know what? So I'm gonna go ahead and add this as a freebie on my Instagram. So on my Instagram, if you go there, add me, then go into my link, I'm gonna go ahead and have this for the rest of the year listed as a freebie. It will be in this B6 size, which is 5 by 7.2. So if you need it any smaller than that, that'll be fine, but any larger, you may have the crop marks. So just so you know, it's probably gonna be for B6 and smaller. That way you can kind of work around it. So I'm gonna go ahead and tip this one in here as well, just to be a cute cover part. Right, so that looks so cute. Okay, so then the last little bit that I'm just gonna do is I'm going to kind of just fill in my pockets in the front here with just things that I think I'll need throughout the time that I'm using my notebook. So if I can get this to open up. All right, so then I have just some small sticky notes here that if they want to go in would be great. And then I have different types of page flags. So these are both from Post-it. I love them for different reasons, just because these, I can actually put these labels on if I need to. So maybe I have something that I want to keep track of that is, I don't know, something, or maybe I can put like my monthly one in there so it shows my monthly index, and I'll move that when it needs to go. So I have those, and then I have these other page flags that are just your normal page flags to mark different things. So I may do a color coding system on here, but I haven't quite decided with that. So I'm just gonna put them in here for the time being. So I may switch these and put them into the pocket of my Moterm cover, but I'm not too sure yet if I'm gonna be using the Moterm cover for this. I wanna see how this is gonna work for me first, and I don't wanna bulk it up just yet. So I do need to cut a little bit of this off, just because it's that front one and it drives me crazy. So let me go ahead and just cut this off here, so I don't have so much of that overhang from it being like awkward. All right, perfect, there we go. Now I don't have to worry about that hanging over. So I have this all set up. So again, that's my year at a glance, and then it goes right into August, and then I can start my notes right after here. The last thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to mark off where this month starts. So I'm gonna kind of just put it right here on the side. So these are from the Style Planner. I had already used the August one in my other Stalogy. So what I did is I used one of the blank ones here, and I used, again, these Happy Scrappy labels. And yeah, I went ahead and did it like that. So it's gonna look different from all the rest of them, but it's okay. It's whatever. I just needed something that would say August, so I knew exactly where it would be. Just gonna kind of put that on there. I mean, I won't see the entirety of August, but whatever, it'll work. So there we go. Now I can see exactly where my month at a glance for August is, and I can label it as such. So what I'm gonna do is I'll check in with you guys, and I'll do like a flip of this at the end of the month. August may not have that much going on, but I know that I do have a lot of meetings that still always come up, especially at the beginning of the year, beginning of the school year. So there may be a lot more of the book or the meeting notes. And then I've started reading again the bullet journal method. I swear to God, I've read this book like 4 times, but every time I read it, I find something new that I really like about it. So those book notes will definitely be in here. And then vacations won't start until September, because I know that we have a day trip to Disney in September. We are going to Marco Island for my birthday in October, and then November we are spending Thanksgiving in North Carolina. So I'm super, super excited for all that. And then you'll definitely see my monthly review at the end as well. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions about where anything's from, please go ahead and ask me below. And I look forward to having this new Stalogy journey with you guys. Bye.